Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika, and here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today I'm just going to share with you an update in my Cottage Witchery Book of Shadows. So I have this section here called Happy Home. Ovs, right? It's kind of my deal as a cottage witch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share basically the recipe that I'm making for a nice blend. It's going to actually be an oil blend that I'll be placing at various spots around the home. But I'm going to just write out the recipe for you so you can, maybe use this in your home as well. But before I do, let's get into what it is I'm doing. So I'm going to be using this lavender. And the thing about lavender, I think a lot of us understand the lavender flower represents, usually calmness, you know what I mean? It could also mean, because of the color purple, refinement, elegance, luxury. So we definitely want some of that energy because that's the type of energy that is vibrating in this particular herb, this particular plant, lavender that is. So a little bit of, purification. It purifies as well, but also because of the color, which I am into, color magic. Elegance, like I said, just refinement in my home. So that's part of the Happy Home blend. So we're going to use that. Then I'm going to use chrysanthemums. So I have these colorful chrysanthemum flowers. I reviewed this on a witchy review some time ago where I got a big case of all these different dried flowers, and they've held up well, and they're really pretty. Wonderful quality. I will, when need be ordering from that company again. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, but the chrysanthemum. Now, there are chrysanthemums that are typically known to be used for funerals and death. I think those are the white ones, pretty sure. But the colorful ones typically have everything to do with like longevity, joy, optimism. You definitely want that energy. And you got to remember, like red chrysanthemums, that's, can represent passion and love, and the yellow symbolize neglected love or sorrow. So you want to be careful for that. So if you combine all of these together, and just overall, so you just want to basically have the energy of just joy and optimism. You know, I think the other colors kind of cross out the yellow, although I'll be taking more of the red and the multicolor ones, orangish color more so than just straight yellow. Things that are more mixed, because I want to just focus on just the joy aspect. Again, using yellow color magic, which is usually a joyful color, right? And hope, optimism. You want that kind of energy again for a happy home. And then finally, I'm going to include St. John's wort. The wonderful thing about this, it actually has a lot of different healing properties. The reason I'm using it in my happy home recipe, oil recipe, is because it's great for nighttime, as far as nighttime, protecting against nightmares. It's great as a mood stabilizer when taking internally. So I want all of that positive energy, that sort of stabilizing energy that you get from St. John's wort. That's why I'm adding that to my oil. So yeah, this is going to be a nice addition of just sort of just stabilizing everything. That's the energy that I would like to derive from this. Then there's alfalfa. So alfalfa is interesting. I don't think I've ever really used this, but in anything. So this will be a first for me, but I love what it represents. So health, prosperity, good fortune. It's a money drawing herb. So you kind of want that energy definitely in a happy home spell, right? Or, well, in a spell as well, but in my oil blend, you're going to want that. It's basically, it wards against poverty. So that's basically why I'm using it, and that key, because if you're in a state, it should go without saying, if you're in a state of poverty, it's hard to really concentrate on feeling very at peace, because, you're really concerned about, eating and keeping the lights on and things like that. So this is just to keep all of that energy, lack energy and all that sort of stuff, poverty away. and this is the money herb. So this is why I'm adding this. So again, all together, this is what we got. Now I'll get to writing it. All right, so I'm just gonna write out my blessing oil recipe. So this is what I'm calling my happy home blessing oil recipe. And I have the luxury of writing super big because it's okay. And now I wish I'd got my marker, but it's okay. I'll just keep it going. So I'm just going to start with the things that I need. I have the information here, so basically on this side, I'll just sort of write down the instructions. So. Okay. And with oils, I mean, you can make them anytime you want, but it's really great to maybe bless them on a new moon. It depends on the energy you're going with. I like new moon, new beginnings, all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to say here, bless on the new moon. So every batch you want to do that. So you can make a bunch ahead of time. That way you just have it. So bless on the new moon. Here, I'm actually just going to create my own little something. I always say I'm not a witch with bars. So this is how I would basically say it, by the power of my higher self and the help of my ancestors, because they're always watching and helping, by the power of my higher self and the help of my ancestors, I bless this oil for anointing, protection, peace, and prosperity. So mote it be. And there you go. I leave space. If I make any modifications to this, I can put things in a margin. I'm just going to add little dots here. And what I'll probably do is next time I write in here on pages like this, this is a moving target for me right now because I just created this. It's not like, I bought this kit and I knew what pens to use, but next time I'll use more of a marker instead of this particular, although I love this Sharpie pen. Michael's, if you were wondering. Anyway, but there's enough information here that I can see. There's a lot of embellishment going on, but I think I just need to write with something darker like I did, like with this, with my binding spell ritual. Like I need something dark like that, right? So it can show up like a heavy, darker marker or something. I'm just trying to look for another example of when I did that. But anywho, yeah, this is it. So I can make this as much as I want. And if you like this, go ahead and use some for yourself. And then, make some, if you don't have chrysanthemums around or anything like that, that's cool. Don't worry about it. Just find something that kind of has a similar meaning, and make your own blends. But there's nothing like you infusing your energy. You bless it yourself because you have the power to do that. And then using it in your home. So uses, again, you can anoint candles that you burn in the house just for the whole purpose of just keeping the energy, resonating with the energy from these flowers, these oils and plants and stuff. So you could just use it for that purpose. Or you can also actually just use the oil maybe a little bit in your doorway, under your mat, or just a couple drops. You don't want to saturate it, just a couple drops in the corners, right at your entryway. Just be careful, you know, you don't want to attract bugs or something like that. I imagine some of this might, but just, you know, a little bit. It should smell nice, by the way. Maybe you want to also use this in your the oil, not the flowers. So you would separate the flowers from the oil, and you can pour some if you have like an oil burner. Also, that's a good idea. So you can actually just, you know, that smell, because it's going to be a very pleasant smell. And you can tweak this as much as you like, or you can actually just dab a little bit on yourself, or maybe, you know, on some objects around the home, just a little bit. You don't want to ruin, any material or anything like that, but you can just, you know, sparingly just put it there. Over doorways, you know, think about a little bit. Remember, like a lot of us grew up with grandmoms who would take that anointing oil, the olive oil, and they would like draw a cross symbol with that across thresholds, doorways, and stuff like that. You can do something very similar with your own happy home blessing oil as well in your house. So, you know, there's a lot of different options, but I just wanted to share periodically. I'll just post videos, probably in this particular one, at least once a month, where I'm just adding details. So if you're wondering what cottage witchery looks like, this kind of gives you a nice glimpse into what that even looks like. You know, this is just, you know, I'm adding to my book. And as I keep adding more information, you know, you stick with me or watch my channel, you'll kind of get an idea. Oh, that's what it is. That's why I don't want to say it's easy to practice, but it kind of is. For this type of practice, the commitment is that you just are consistent with it. But if you enjoy, you know, doing these sort of things, you enjoy having a certain energy in your home, then, you know, it's not so hard to keep up with. It's, you know, I enjoy this, and I don't feel like I'm, you know, taxed to update. I don't feel like I'm taxed, you know, to do certain things that I say I want to do to keep, you know, the energy going. To feed the house spirits and so forth. I don't feel that at all. But yeah, I'm just flipping through while I'm talking in case you were just curious and you haven't seen my other videos where I post what this looks like for my Cottage Witchery Book of Shadows. So I'm very proud of my little purchase here of all these different Etsy printouts that I print out and cut, and then just mixed other papers as well and things for magazines that's, you know, scream cottage witchery to me. And of course, there's the seasonal stuff. I didn't do anything for summer, but I am going to have some pages for autumn. That's coming up very soon. I'll be happy to share that for sure when I get to this section, specific spells or rituals around this time, because I'm a witch who follows the wheel of the year. So that is all. So I'll take my gigantically, is that even a word? My very fat book of shadows. And like I've mentioned in other videos, by the way, this is the book that I used. And I basically just repurposed all the pages. And then you'll see in the back, if I can show you, where I just took out some of the pages altogether. I just took them out. So yeah, this is it. So hopefully this inspires you, and to make some oils, make some yourself. Get in there, get your hands dirty with this witchcraft stuff. It's called workings for a reason. It's called craft for a reason. So have fun with it, and thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you make this, or if you make something similar to this. I'd love to know, and how well it works for you. So thanks again for watching. This is Mika, Leap Taken. Please like, subscribe, share. And as always, thanks again. Bye-bye.